Okay, guys, the presidential election is next week. That means that this episode is our election special. It's gonna be so topical, guys.
Yeah, I'm talking Hillary jokes. I'm talking Trump jokes. I'm talking Wiener jokes. Anthony Wiener. And, you know, no one's touched these topics yet, so naturally, we're going to get to him first.
We are going to roast Trump so hard. Hillary for prison, though. We're totally going to joke about her and make her feel bad about herself. Ha!
Let's not forget about Gary Johnson and Jill Stein. Total clowns.
Dude, they're all clowns. Honestly, this whole election's like a damn circus. Let's not forget about that Wiener, too. Anthony Wiener.
Gosh, we are gonna have a fun, topical, and accessible week.
Who's got jokes?
Yes. Actually, before we delve into all the fun political stuff, I actually just got word from Franklin Hall management that we need to elect a fire marshal. Look, I know that's really boring, but can anyone do it?
I'll do it. I'll be the fire marshal.
Okay, great. Thank you, Questo.
All right, let's get this political party started.
Actually, guys, I kind of want to be fire marshal too. Fire's like really cool. It's like lit.
Okay, fine. You guys can both be fire marshal. Who cares?
Excuse me, I disagree. I'm highly qualified for this job, and Gog is just an empty-headed simpleton who doesn't even know what he's talking about. I mean, how could we both be fire marshal? Just a question.
All right, look. I didn't mean to cause all this ruckus, all right? Let's just drop it.
You fascists! We need to hold an election to select our fire marshal. It is our patriotic duty. Voting is what our founding fathers died for. Just a question. Do you want all that bloodshed to be in vain?
Look, we really don't need to get into all this.
I demand we take our democratic process seriously and take a vote. Who's with me?
Yeah, a vote would be pretty sick. Like groovy.
Okay, fine. Let's just take a vote. Raise your hand if you'd like Questo to be fire marshal.
Not yet. I need time to campaign.
This is really ruining our serious political commentary episode, but all right.
Gosh, there goes my John Kerry impression.
You've got till Thursday at 9. Make it count.
Vote for Questo!
Live from Franklin Hall Studios at Kent State University, it's The Agenda. Now, here are your hosts, Anna Huntsman and Morgan McLeod.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to The Agenda's 2016 election special. I'm Anna Huntsman.
And I'm Morgan McLeod. The competition rages on between candidates for Franklin Hall Fire Marshal, Questo and Gog.
They duked it out for 3 intense debates, and now it's time for Franklin Hall to decide.
Right.
Throughout tonight, we will be announcing the electoral points as we receive info from each room in Franklin Hall.
Stick around with us for the most up-to-date updates on this close call election.
To start us off, let's go live right now to Questo, who is delivering a campaign speech already in progress.
When it comes to electing a fire marshal, we need someone with experience, temperament, and integrity. Now let's start with experience. I served as junior fire deputy for Kent Roosevelt High School for the 4 years I was there. What was Gog doing during that time? He dropped out his sophomore year and spent his time eating cheese crackers with the junkyard dog. When it comes to temperament, Gog once broke 4 pencils in a row because his red Play-Doh didn't taste like raspberries. And finally, when it comes to integrity, I think we all know who asks the important questions around here. About fire safety. About fire safety, of course. In Franklin Hall, we need someone who knows what hard work is. Gog hasn't worked a day in his life. He probably has been taken care of by his father his entire life. Growing up with a single mother, I learned how to work hard and make something of myself in the world. Unlike Gog. Also, his pyrophobic no-fire stance is damaging to what Franklin Hall stands for. Sure, we need to keep dangerous fires out of the building, but we need intensive fire vetting plan that will keep fire out, also allowing friendly fire to occupy Franklin peacefully. Franklin Hall is better than this, and this election will not be decided by pyrophobic fear-mongering. On top of that,
Oh my, it looks like Questo has fainted.
Yeah, I think we all have heard the rumors about Questo's well-being and ability to serve as fire marshal,
Right.
but this actually seems to give those claims some credence.
I think that's exactly what this does. And oh wait, it looks like Questo's back.
Oh, hi everybody. It's me, Questo. I'm okay. Thank you for coming and listening today. And remember to vote for me. Okay, bye.
Well, that sure was something.
It sure was. You know, I think Questo did a good job of laying out why he was qualified, but that stumble near the end may hurt him.
I'm actually getting word now that rumors are spreading rapidly, saying that actually wasn't Questo at the end of that speech. That it may have been a body double and that Questo was too sick to continue his speech.
Crazy.
Yeah. You really never know what to expect when it comes to election night
Right.
coverage. But it seems that our first room is ready to be called.
That's right. Well, this one's actually not a surprise, as Gog wins the third floor men and women's restrooms in a landslide.
An early 6-point lead like this could really set Gog off on the right foot. I wonder how Questo will rebound.
Well, based on how things have been going, probably not well. The agenda will be right back.
Unity, peace, and hard work. These are the qualities that make Franklin Hall great. Our fire marshal should be someone who exemplifies these qualities to a T. The past 4 years of fire safety have kept us safe and happy, and only one candidate plans to keep and improve on our current fire policies. Questo wants to enhance our current safety protocols while asking the questions that matter. Where's the fire extinguisher? How many sprinklers are in the break room? And why was the American flag waving in the moon landing footage? I mean, there's no wind on the moon. How is that footage not fake? So, vote Questo for fire marshal. It's the one question with an easy answer. Paid for by the Questo for Fire Marshal Foundation.
Hi, I'm Aaron Haluk from The Agenda. We're going to find out whether people want Gog or Questo to be the Franklin Hall Fire Marshal. Sir, excuse me? Who are you voting for in this election?
No, I'm not talking about that.
Excuse me, sir, do you have a moment to talk about the election? I don't, sorry. There's Gog and there's Questo. Do you know about them?
No, I don't.
Hi, do you have a moment to talk about fire safety?
I do. Sure.
You do? Really?
I do, yeah.
Wow, it must not be busy here. Okay, I'll stand in front of her. Who are you going to vote for in the fire marshal election, Gog or Questo?
Wait, who?
Hey, do you guys want to talk about fire safety?
Fire safety? Do I not want to talk about fire safety? No.
Who doesn't want to talk
Oh, I got wrecked. This is for the agenda. There's an election going on between Gog and Questo.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh my God. When you hear the word Gog, what do you think of?
Gog?
Yeah.
As in
with a G on the
G-O-G.
end. Yes.
No, I don't.
How about you write it down on a piece of paper and you like discreetly slide it to me?
I like Gog. I like his policy on fire. I don't want any fire in this country. I want to turn this newsroom beige.
Oh, I gotta go with Questo. I mean, he seems like a guy I can really trust with my fire needs.
Gog or Questo?
Sure, why not?
Are you voting for Gog or Questo for fire marshal?
I'm voting for Gary Johnson. Did you get that?
Okay, it seems like the consensus around campus is going to be that Questo will most likely come out on top, but however, those are people that aren't even from Franklin, so I don't really know what was accomplished there. However, it seems that Gog may come from behind. Who knows? Let's get back to the action.
Welcome back. Now, we've been talking a lot about Gog and Questo, but what most people don't know is that there's a third-party candidate throwing his hat in the ring for fire marshal. Here to explain himself is Gary Johnson.
Hey, Anna. Thanks for having me on the show.
Glad you could make it. So, Gary, what made you decide to run for fire marshal? I thought you had bigger aspirations.
I did, but after November came around, I decided being president just wasn't for me. Franklin Hall Fire Marshal seemed a bit more on my alley.
You know, I think we can all agree with that one. So, what's your platform?
Well, Anna, I was the governor of New Mexico for 8 years, and I spent that time putting out political and economic fires for my state. Now I'm prepared to prevent some real fires here in Franklin Hall.
Interesting metaphor, Gary. How do you respond to Questo's universal fire extinguisher plan?
Oh, well, for one, Anna, I am completely against the UFE plan. We should be doing the opposite and completely privatizing these things. In fact, I think we should go as far as to privatize all fire alarms, sprinklers, and even fire departments.
Gary, you do realize that the fire marshal position only affects Franklin Hall, right?
Oh, yeah, of course I do. I still think we need to be looking at a larger scale. Yeah, and maybe branch outside of Franklin? Yeah.
Well, Gary, that's not really what the job calls for. Are you sure you're up for this? You seem a little underprepared.
Look, I'll be the first to admit it. I'm not perfect, but I'm not as bad as those other buffoons. You don't have to vote Gog or Questo. There's a third option. Me.
And me, Jill Stein.
Nobody say anything, and she'll go away.
Wait, guys, did you hear what I said? I'm in the running now for Franklin Hall Marshal. Don't be mean, vote green.
Just wait it out. She'll be gone any moment now.
Come on, guys, I know you can hear me. Whatever. Vote Jill, don't vaccinate.
She gone?
Thank the Lord. Now, Gary, recent polls show you struggling to gain traction in the newsroom, which is pretty vital territory for you at this point in the election. Do you think you've made up enough ground to take the win there?
And what is newsroom?
You're kidding, right? This is a school of journalism. You can't run for office and not know what the newsroom is.
Well, look, I'm sorry, okay? This is my first blunder as fire marshal candidate. I'm not like those other kooks. Gog and Questo are just political puppets controlled by big money.
Well, you know what? Thanks for coming on, but I think we need to secure more airtime for real candidates. I'm sorry, Gary. Your time is up.
Dang. Vote Gary.
Well, now that we got that out of the way, we can get to the real issues.
That's right. It looks like we're getting an update here. Questo has actually taken Kent State radio program Black Squirrel Radio.
Oh, wow. Honestly, are we surprised? Questo supporters do tend to love music.
So true.
Especially after his debut with DJ Spinboard in early 2016.
Well, it seems like this decisive electoral gain has propelled Questo into a healthy lead, 64-42. For his sake, let's hope he can keep it.
Yeah.
We actually now go live to Gog's rebuttal to Questo's earlier speech. Let's listen.
Hey guys, I just wanted to come up here and talk about some stuff with the fire marshal thing. I'd be a better fire guy than Questo. Yeah, you might have been junior deputy of fire whatever in high school, but what about Benghazi? Miss Benghazi, there was fire in her class while he was deputy of fire stuff. So yeah, he practically invented the fire, dude. And Questo would let fire into Franklin Hall at unprecedented rates, and that's kind of scary, man. Fire's scary. I'm thinking we ban all fire, and might even have to build like a fire wall around the back doors. That's where all the fire is coming in from, and that's not good fire. They're not bringing in the good fire that toasts like your marshmallows. It's like bad fire, like the bad kind. Oh, and I never knew my dad, Questo, so he couldn't have supported me throughout my life. I think you're being really mean. Such a nasty boy. So yeah, I hope you feel better, dude. But like, vote for me because being Franklin's fireman would be cool. I'd be really good at it and like be like, yo, fire, get out of here, man. I think that's all my speech. So I'm gonna bounce.
Okay, that was a little disjointed and off script, but that's what Gog is known for.
Right.
He actually seemed a tad less unhinged than he usually is.
I agree, but that nasty boy comment might come back and bite him. We'll be right back.
Fire is dangerous. That is a fact. Fire has destroyed homes, trees, and this really cool blimp. And what's next on Fire's hit list? Franklin Hall. Franklin Hall's fire safety has been weak and sad. We need a fire marshal that will stand up to big fire, not another university insider. Gog has the temperament, courage, and a red hat that make him, more than any other candidate, qualified for Franklin Hall's most important position. Help lay down the law on dangerous fire. Vote Gog for Fire Marshal of Franklin Hall. Paid for by the Citizens for Gog for Fire Marshal.
Welcome back to the agenda. Recent controversy has surrounded this election for fire marshal with concerns over possible voter fraud. We decided to look and see for ourselves. Take a look.
With the fire marshal election well on its way, I decided to check in with our Franklin Hall Board of Elections to see how they're dealing with all of this election season craziness. The Franklin Hall Board of Elections has handled all the major elections in Franklin Hall since 2011, including the infamous Janitor of the Year election in May of 2013, the cutthroat Fallon election in November 2014, and the crazy election between Alex Hers and Squam Scarfield for biggest hack of 2016. Agenda producer of 2016. I sat down with director Rhonda Jean Stiles to talk about how they're handling yet another controversial election.
We are very confident in our ability to accurately and fairly report the results in this fire marshal election. We have top-notch security manning all of the polls and making sure that no one even thinks about cheating. We also have the most advanced ballot counting technology. We hired this journalism student to count them all by hand. She said she was super great at math.
I caught up with the journalism student in charge of counting all the votes in the election to see how she thinks it's going.
We're totally I'm in journalism. I haven't even taken a math class since my senior year of high school. I keep counting to 10 and having to start over. And it doesn't help that people keep writing in stupid third-party candidates. Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, are those even real names? People really need to start taking this election more seriously.
Well, with whatever way this election swings, it's good to know that the ballots are in good hands. Back to you guys.
Now that is some quality journalism. I aspire to make packages like that. Wait, this just in. Questo has taken yet another key swing room in this election. Despite its yellow past, First Energy has gone to Questo.
That's right. Now, a little bit of information. For those of you who don't know, First Energy is the largest classroom in all of Franklin Hall. By securing it, Questo should have been able to cement his lead, but unfortunately, Gog has somehow snuck past him to secure a 3-point lead.
I don't want to confuse any of our viewers with heavy political jargon, but this race is nut bananas.
Now, with the election's final results fast approaching, a lot of concerned citizens still have questions for the candidates.
We now go to a Franklin Hall resident, Trent Truck.
I have a question for both candidates running for fire marshal. What would you say your #1 priority is when dealing with fire safety regarding the preservation of the environment? Thank you.
Well, you know what? Let's hope the candidates address that very important question regarding the environment soon.
That's right. We now send it over to our social media segment, The Botch, with Andrew. What's up, Andrew?
Thanks, guys. Vroom, vroom. Social media is buzzing over Trent Truck's big question for Questo and Gog. Twitter is raving about his quirky mullet and his fashionable flannel. So, what do you guys think about his mad mullet? Hot or not? Tweet us your answer at @TV2TheBotch. Back to you guys. Meow.
All right, thanks, Andrew. I'm going to go ahead and say hot.
Haza waza, baby. Me too.
Now, we actually have secured an exclusive interview with internet phenomenon Trent Truck himself. Welcome, Trent.
Well, I guess thanks for having me. I didn't really expect all this hubbub over my question.
Well, how are you dealing with all this newfound fame?
Well, let me tell you, I had 1 follower last week, and it was a gator. Now I have 3 following me. I'm swimming in followers.
Well, how about Twitter followers?
Woo! Don't get me started on those dang birds. All them fluffy bastards for is eating, pooping, and pecking. That's going to be a hard no thank you from Trent Truck on all that business.
Now, Trent, Twitter is going on and on about your hair. How did you design that signature look?
I told you to quit it with all that bird talk, but listen, I did have an absolutely superb haircut lined up that my mother would have been very proud of. But last minute, my hairdresser decided to cancel on me, so my mama busted out her shears and did me up real good, real nice. Hey, while we're talking, I want to advertise my new business. It's called T-shirts. Guess what the T stands for?
What?
Truck. Check it out. Available on clearance rack at the Walmart right now.
Trent, what do you have to say to people who say you've sold out since you've become relevant?
Wait, really? Man, I hope these sell out because I'll tell you what.
A nice fella like me could sure use a new can of gator spray right about now.
Trent, okay, we have to get to it. How do you respond to the newly discovered post on Reddit where you stated some inappropriate comments about swamps?
Let me tell you something. I did say those things. Let me tell you, I did like that gator's tail. But look, I've never intended to become a public figure. I do not like my personal life getting into the sticky hands of the media. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some gators following me that I need to ditch. Buy my merch, truck out.
Okay, damn. Truck it up. The agenda will be right back.
Questo for Fire Marshal? Give me a break. Questo has openly praised campfires, candles, and lanterns. Last time we checked, all fire is hot and therefore scary. We need a leader we can trust. But can we really trust Questo when he's known to associate with shady underground DJs like DJ Spinboard? And here's a question for you, Questo. What's up with that yellow beanie? Questo. All questions, no answers. Paid for by the Citizens for GOG for Fire Marshal.
Sweet things, baseball things. But
Hey guys, since I'm up for election to be the new fire marshal, I figured I could ask you guys a few questions about fire safety here at Franklin.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Alright, so does the building meet requirements for design and construction of exit routes? How's the ventilation? Do you have fire prevention and emergency evacuations in plan? What about the extinguishing systems? Are those up to date? And also...
Whoa, Questo, we don't just know that stuff off the top of our heads. Why don't you let us do some research and we can get back to you over dinner, maybe? All right, I'd love to talk to you about your campaign.
Okay, that sounds good to me. Thanks, Morgan. I'll see you guys later.
He's asking more questions than usual.
Well, PJ, I did know the answer to every single one of those questions off the top of my head. Okay, Franklin Hall is in violation of every single one of the regulations Questo talked about.
What?
Yeah. If he finds out, we're going to have to spend all our money on renovations and the show's going to get canceled.
No.
Right. So when he comes over for dinner, I'm going to kill him. Are you in?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I'm always up for arousing murder.
Great. Let's go.
Okay, check this out. My guy tells me this is potent enough to kill an elephant.
Nice. I heard it freshens your breath before you die.
What? No.
I don't know how to feel about it either.
Okay, how much do you want me to put it in?
Just put in like 2 drops.
No, not.
But that's it. Make yourself at home.
Thanks, Morgan. Oh, hey, Peach, how's it going?
Oh, pretty good. Thanks for coming and eating with us. You can sit right here.
Oh boy. Oh, thank you, Peach. So what are we eating tonight, guys?
Well, we actually have a really nice lasagna planned, but it needs some more time in the oven. So I was thinking we could just sit here, drink, talk, drink. You should take a drink.
All right, that sounds good to me.
Oh
my gosh.
It's okay,
I am so
Questo.
clumsy. I am so sorry.
It's alright.
It's cool. We'll be right back, Questo.
Morgan and I will go grab some paper towels.
Yeah.
Oh, man, what do we do? Questo spilled the poison.
Well, no, we're good, dude. You have the gun still.
No, I thought you were kidding.
What? I don't know. Then what are we gonna do?
Okay, hold on. Do you have something heavy that we can just hit him with it?
Yeah. Okay. I should be fast.
Oh.
This works.
This is gonna work.
Just a quick couple of questions. First being, did you guys think I couldn't hear you from about 10, 15 feet over there? And second being, were you guys plotting to kill me just now?
No. Questo, why would you think that?
Yeah, Questo, we love you. And we'll definitely be voting for you if you don't tell anyone about this encounter that just happened.
Yeah.
Well, as long as I can count on both your votes, I'd say my business here is done. Good night, boys.
Well, that was a weird turn of events.
Yeah, now I have to go through the trouble of voting. Maybe we'll kill him if he gets elected.
Deal. Welcome back. We're actually getting breaking news here. GOG and Questo have both lost the 4th floor to a newly campaigning representative, Gary Johnson. Unfortunately for Gary, the 4th floor does not count for any electoral points, so it looks like he's officially out for the count.
You know, it does seem that GOG has fallen behind as Questo has shot ahead by an incredible 34 points. Despite this massive lead, GOG seems to have powered through and taken the studio, a crucial swing room for this election.
Right, stay tuned for up-to-date coverage of this year's Fire Marshal election.
stands for something nowadays. Whether it's social equality or education or healthcare, everyone is fired up about something. I stand for this, and I'm standing up for that. We're tired of it. Well, maybe we don't want to stand anymore. When was the last time we just sat down?
Hi, I'm Prajwal.
He's a leader.
He was born to do this.
He changed the way I think about everything.
After my cat died, I felt so lost. And then Prajwal sat with me and reminded me that everything would be okay.
Last week, I had double knee surgery. My doctor said I can't stand for 8 weeks. Prajwal gave me another option. That's why I sit.
I sit.
I sit.
I sit with Prajwal.
I sit with Prajwal.
I sit with Prajwal.
I know what you've been thinking. Why do I always stand? Isn't there another option? Now there is. Sit with me, Prajwal, and we can fight this together.
The final results of this heated election are due to be in soon. Here to give their last arguments for their candidates are GOG's campaign manager, Jeanette Buckets, and Questo's campaign manager, Cindy Ansero. Thank you so much for being here.
Yes, thank you for having me. This is truly such an important election.
I agree, which is why a vote for Questo is so crucial.
Okay, let's focus up. What makes your respective candidate better than the other?
Oh, that's a great time, Morgan. Excellent design. Anyway, GOG believes in the middle class. He understands with unshakable certainty that it does in fact exist. And he believes that all fire is dangerous and that we should keep it out of our building.
Okay, well, not all fire is inherently bad, right? What about candles?
Let's put it this way, Morgan. Love your haircut, by the way. If you had a bowl of fire and you were told that only a few of them could burn you, would you still eat the whole bowl of fire? Well, that's our fire problem in this building, and it needs to be extinguished. Questo wants to keep all fire wild, letting the flames run rampant throughout our halls.
Fascinating. How about you, Cindy?
Well, I'd like to point out how ridiculous what she just said is. Questo doesn't want to let fire run rampant. He wants to establish good relationships with productive and law-abiding fires, such as campfires and the Olympic torch, which brings together all nations. GOG doesn't realize that—
Excuse me, I was talking.
You weren't talking, I was.
Morgan, this is just another example of the media trying to distort GOG's message. Also, you look great tonight. GOG doesn't want to let Independence Day sparklers burn out. They are festive AF, and he believes in people having a good time on the 4th of July, unlike Questo.
Thank you. Cindy, how do you respond?
Well, Questo has nothing against the 4th of July. In fact—
Why do you keep interrupting me?
Are we on a delay?
Okay, please, let's be civil here. Jeanette, you were talking?
Yes, I was. You are very handsome today.
Oh, thank you.
Morgan, this is just another example of Questo's message being taken completely out of context. GOG's fire plan is terrible for the future of this building. Just look at his track record. Questo has served as junior fire marshal in high school. What has GOG done?
That's actually very unfair and valid for you to say. How dare you speak that way about a no-collar hard worker like GOG? Morgan, your skin is so smooth, okay? GOG is a natural leader. Questo, a natural follower. GOG is a ladder. Questo is a chute.
Oh, like that is just ridiculous. I can't believe
Are
you
you
would say
kidding
that.
me? You just need to understand that when it comes to fire, there's certain things that—
Let's just all admit that I look great today.
You know what doesn't look great today? GOG's record of careless driving. He ran a stoplight. What else is he gonna run? This building into the ground.
You know what? That is irrelevant. But you know who has been running? Morgan. Sweet heavens, just look at those calves.
Come on.
All right, I'm like coffee, ladies. I'm all about the grind. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, this is the final room we've been waiting for, and tensions have never been higher.
You can feel the suspense in the air. Any moment now, the newsroom will be called. For those of you that don't know, the newsroom is the most pivotal and sought-after room in Franklin Hall. Whoever wins this takes home the cake, people.
And the results are in. Gog takes the newsroom, clinching this election 270 to 254. Gog, what do you have to say?
Hey, it's great to be here. Happy to win. I'll keep all that fire out.
Is that all you had to say?
No, I also want to thank Barky.
Who's Barky?
He's the dog I used to eat crackers with. He's a chill dude.
Yeah, he's pretty chill.
What? You know him too?
Yeah.
Well, you know, I couldn't have asked for a more entertaining election special.
Honestly, my hands are still shaking a little bit.
I'm on the edge of my seat still. Tune in again next week when we do it all over again. I'm Anna Huntsman.
And I'm Morgan McLeod. Have a great night, everybody.